Stop. I can't take it. With Love Meghan felt very much like the Meg was gleefully wasting everyone's time. She tricked fans of lifestyle and cooking content into watching her show and delivered no value. She tricked Ted into thinking she could do any of this. And we had to put up with 8 boring, pointless, almost hilariously bad episodes. So today, we're having a little bit of fun. This is your reward for putting up with 8 recaps from me and being patient for the long amount of time it took me to get them done. I have compiled the peak cringe, some unseen clips that I have not shared with you before, the worst of the With Love Meghan series, and the most embarrassing moments for Meghan, to make merry and celebrate that it's over, at least for now. So beyond not knowing how to chop or mince and choosing the wrong knife for every job in the kitchen, what felt like 1,000 crudités and unappetizing overcooked pastas, the Meg brought on even more cringe in the form of her corny in a bad way, lame attempts at one-liners like these.
Now we're talking turkey.
Now, I'm an easy laugher. Like, I love to laugh and I'm quick to giggle, but this is not funny or witty. Not once did Meghan make me laugh. It's not cute or quirky. It's embarrassing.
So fancy about a crudité platter except that it's called crudité.
It's clear that the Meg thought this type of stuff would be funny. And I have always said that Meghan and Harry don't have a good sense of humor, and this is proof. But perhaps the worst moment, one that will haunt you forever, is this one.
It's not my perfume that's bringing them all in. My bacon brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh my god, it's so bad. I can't. I'm sorry I put you through that. It was so cringe, so terrible. Just complete and utter ick factor here. Like, I can't think of anything more icky than this. I can't deal with it. But much like the whole show, I guess all on brand, uninspired is the theme and messy is the name of the game. So much so that the Meg seems to be on a never-ending loop of putting dried flowers where they don't belong on every dish she makes or arranges. The food, on brand for the Meg, usually looks messy no matter how much she fondles it. Look how unappetizing these cutout sandwiches look, made completely wrong. It's an abomination. And platitudes like these.
The sweetness of this fruit is a real thing.
Or this gem that also undermines her equality messaging. She really doesn't grasp the concept, does she?
I'm gonna make you an amazing sandwich. A manwich.
But one of my favorite moments, perhaps the most hilarious, there were lots of points at which I thought that the post-production just had to have been trolling Meghan. There's no other way that they would leave these types of things in. But Daniel not tasting his tea and then telling Meghan it's delicious was one of the best of these. Meg eagerly says, "It's good, isn't it?" And he's like, "Yes." But look, he never actually tastes the tea. He's just like, bleh. No, he doesn't taste it. It was probably too hot or something. Like, I'm not picking on Daniel, but he didn't taste the tea. And then he told her it was great. Or there's gross moments like these, the slobber spoon scandal, okay? Or putting lots of effort into 2 aggressive bath salts, only to give up and fill the rest of the jar up with just plain Epsom salts. Why put in effort, you know? That's the Meg's motto. You gotta wonder if anybody even really tried on this project or if they think people are that dumb. Like, which is it? What shines through the most? A feeling that it was all thrown together super last minute with very little planning or foresight, and or that the Meg is just incapable of putting much effort into anything that she does. It's inescapable, like in this moment where she made Chef Roy Choi donuts, went to the trouble to find out his favorite snack, only to make cake donuts when the man prefers yeasted. Lack of effort aside, they did put effort into trying to trick the audience a couple of times, like this one, which was kind of funny. Just like with the Meg's lies, if you're gonna do it, let's try just a little harder, okay? Here, the Meg is making a super messy flower arrangement, and then bam! They cut to a totally new flower arrangement here. See? Watch in slow motion. And it's different. That's not the same thing. Other times, just absolute zero fucks were given. Clearly. Like when the Meg was visibly angry with Chef Ramon. Did he not like her plantain chips? Or her jokes that really didn't land?
ever do to you?
Just like her attempts at dancing fell flat, maybe the day drinking was to blame.
I think this is the earliest that I've had alcohol in a long time.
Oh, welcome to Montecito.
Almost every guest endured an incredibly cringe moment or 10.
Who's local? That can help me. Yeah. So I'm thrilled that you're here. Yeah, so tell me where we even jump in.
How does she get away with being so cringy and awkward?
So nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. I don't know if you understand my love of Mexican cuisine.
Nothing quite like meeting someone for the first time and expecting them to know just how much you love Mexican food.
How are you? Good, how are you? Oh my gosh, you're so tall. Yes, I am tall. Come barefoot with me.
Making your guests go barefoot is kind of grody in the kitchen. Oh, at least some people think so. Or we have this probably second worst moment in terms of super cringe, like get ready. Okay, this one's pretty bad.
Meghan, I want to ask about your look.
My who?
Your look. Your look, Meghan.
Oh, my Luke.
Your look. Did I not say it right?
Okay, who says that way anymore? Okay, nobody says Luke in 2025. Nobody.
I don't know. I'm like way cooler than I am. I don't know what you're talking. My Luke. My look. She likes my Luke.
Your look.
Oh my gosh.
This was scripted, so why is Meghan acting like she doesn't know what's happening? Please, for the love of God, save us from this humiliating secondhand embarrassment.
Your fashion is like one of my favorite things. And sometimes I will look like, where's that coat?
Edit this type of stuff out, please. They both look like incredibly socially inept dorks. In fact, poor Mindy tried so hard, but they just don't vibe, Mindy and Meghan. Mindy is giving too much, Meghan is taking too much. By the end of it, they both looked so defeated. We went from this...
I'm right there.
What?
Yogurt parfait. It's the same thing that you would give your kids, right? It just looks a little bit more darling.
real try-hard energy. We made a pit stop for Meghan to reveal that she doesn't even know her own name, but she is down to embarrass her guest and correct them with a lie. Real mean girl energy.
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and
It's so
loves
funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
On to pure disdain from the Meg. And poor Mindy looks zapped. All the energy has been sucked from her and she is done. All the more unsettling is when you compare these faces that she made with guests she didn't like or felt superior to when she's talking about herself or praising herself, interrupting her guests, or otherwise hyping herself up. She's utterly delighted, marinating in the moment. Lots of closed eyes and dramatic pauses as she explains the most profound thing anyone's ever heard, how she got into gardening.
How long have you been gardening? I'm horrible at gardening.
Oh, I love it.
Or the confidence she exudes when sharing a very well-known fact like it's a mic drop moment.
By the way, did you know that LA is the donut capital of the world?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you did.
Embarrassing is an understatement. Because of this, her scripted attempts to look humble really fell flat on their faces. Like here, she's explaining how great it is to learn new things.
I'm always grateful for learning, right? I don't know. It's the little things that bring me a lot of pleasure.
Yet the Meg infamously learns from nothing and is allergic to growth.
Doesn't need to feel so precious.
Or as she takes way too much time placing a couple of leaves and berries in twos, no less, all this time on the details just to look horribly amateur. The series oscillated between cringe
The only thing better than eating food is making food for someone and watching them eat it with delight.
and completely out of touch. Look at the kids' party stuff. Kids' party stuff. That's clearly not for kids. There was no relief. There was no actual humor or stimulating conversation. There was no value, not even a charismatic host to save the vibe. No matter how much the Meg tries to push her narrative.
I love feeding people. I think it's probably my love language.
No one believes her, and it doesn't justify this bland, boring, pointless show. She's just too plain unlikable. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a happy day, everybody. Bye.